Does it say recording in the top?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Okay, good. Now adjust it to where it's straight and everything. Yeah, this is the part where you don't look at the magazine. I'm just picking on you. Okay. So what we're doing is test driving, ground zero machine. This one's a liner, number 0001. And we've chosen this tattoo to do it on because there's a lot of very small lines in it. It's actually an infinity sign bullwhip. And so we're going to do a test drive right here. That way when we put this machine on the market, then whoever purchases it knows that it runs. I'm running a 5-tight liner. Right now I'm set up at about 11.8 volts. Don't know, we'll make adjustments as we go. Like I said, I'm not trying to fool anybody or fake anybody out, so we're just going at it as we go. And let's see, let's start up here. See if we can we get a zoom in and get a good look at the point of impact?
Yeah, I got this.
You good?
Yep.
Can you see it good and clean?
Yep.
Alright, cool. So you can just tell me whenever you're good and then I'll take off and we'll go from there and see what's up. Now the ground zero tuning took several years to develop it, and what it does is it allows you to just barely touch the skin and it introduces the pigment. The amount of trauma caused by it is very minimal. You'll have full color tattoos that are completely peeled in less than a week, no problem, with minimal loss of pigment. This thing sounds kind of funny. I've got a needle bar on it, and it was seeming to me like the needle itself had been soldered a little too low down on the bar. So it might be clipping the inside of the tube. Not absolutely sure. But like I was saying, you can see that this is with minimal touching to the skin. It allows you to do fine detail. And let's see, let's do a wipe away and see what we got. Normally I don't even wipe, I just dab. But as you know, because there's no waste product at all, hardly. And with the sale of this machine and all ground zero machines, there'll be a little instructional video that comes with it, a little DVD. That way we can show you how to set it up the same way I'm setting it up. That way your results will be the same as mine. As you can see, the amount of waste product is very small. And what I'm going to do too is just move along until it runs out of pigment. That way we can see just how long we can go without having to dip. And as we all know, the more gently you go on the skin, the more still your client can be. And you end up with perfect work, you know, or closer to perfect work. And as you can see, that stuff is, you know, it's in there. Those are good solid lines. It wouldn't even hurt my feelings to have a little more stars on the needle. Now we'll discuss starving in the instructional video that comes with the machine. Hopefully you can see that, or you can see it's barely touching. You can tell that it's good and full. We're getting a little bit more waste product than normal. Still no more than can be readily dabbed away. And if you're dabbing and not wiping, you don't lose your stencil now, do you? But as you can see, it works just fine. Now some people would like to say, oh, well, that's never going to stay. I got 22 years experience that says it will. I'm licensed to teach tattooing in Virginia and have been doing so for 13 years. It stays. The difference is there's no blowouts, and the detail is fine and crisp. And you can see what I'm actually doing is an infinity symbol on a gentleman, and we wanted to make it a man-finity symbol. So we turned it into a bullwhip. So you can imagine all the braids in a bullwhip and how much detail there is in there. And you can imagine what it would be like if you were having to run these lines with a machine that was putting pigment all down all over the place and stuff. If you had to press into the skin. We'll got plenty of pigment. I'm going to try starving it a little bit more. See if we can get away with it without having that solder joint hit the inside. Because if we can starve it more, then we'll. Yeah, that's looking good. With the ground zero tuning method, that is patent pending also. The harmonic is set up to where it feeds the needle so well that it allows you to extend the needle or starve the needle out of the end of the tip. And what that allows you is the ability to see what you're doing. And we got impact dampening features that we incorporate, and that allows you to do all that without causing a bunch of trauma to the skin. So we can do fine detail that will last for years. If you check on my in my portfolio on Facebook under Rick Ackelson, spelled R-I-K-A-C-K-E-L-S-O-N, you'll see that I performed 2 portraits in the size of a quarter, and numerous other tattoos that are small with high resolution detail. Now, I don't claim to be some big time badass tattoo artist or anything like that, but these machines allow you to do work that you before might have turned out of your store. Somebody comes in and wants a really small ladybug or sort of size less, you know, a half of a dime or something. Well, you don't have to turn that away anymore. You can do that work and perform it with these machines. They'll work with any size liner, any size shader. I'll be doing other videos here soon with other machines that are ready to go to market. I put a 23 curved mag in one the other day and fell in love. Didn't even want to sell that one. But they'll be on the market. I'll be putting them on eBay. That way everybody has a fair chance of getting them. These machines will make your work better and free you up to be able to do better quality tattoos. It'll last longer. Here's a good spot. See how good now? We're still gonna. I can't wait to wipe that away so that they can see it after it's all after all the stencil's gone. But as you can see, I'm still, even though I'm in this tiny little stuff, I'm not sacrificing any of my details. It'll all be in there. And like I said, the amount of waste product makes it so much cleaner. You know, you touch it down to the skin and it doesn't make a mess. And as you become more acquainted with the machines and how they work, you'll be able to adjust just how much pigment you put in the machine when you dip, and it'll allow you to do very fine stuff. Like right now, I'm just dipping one tiny little dip in there because I know I'm going to be working on this. I don't want to have too much of a mess. Let me grease you up good right there. And by using this, the ground zero tuning on these machines with the shaders, it allows you to do very dense color. Multiple passes. You can do single pass color, or you can work gently with it and blend three good layers of color easily. And blend color, it works really well. Make them look like they're stickers, they're so bright. This seems to be running okay at 11.8, huh? Not doing better. Putting down a little more pigment than I normally would like. I'm attributing that to me not being able to starve the needle enough though because of the solder joint inside of there. I can see it down inside of there where it's wanting to hit the inside of the tube, which is a bummer. But these machines will allow even beginner tattoo artists to perform very well. Reason being, I'm going to send you the DVD that tells you how I'm setting it up. And if you follow just exactly what I'm doing, then you'll, and there's some good lines you can see that aren't covered in purple. If you're doing like I'm doing, then your machine will act like this. It's that simple. All our machines are going to come with a limited lifetime guarantee. They're all made of cast iron, assembled right here in America, hand wound coils. We take quality parts. I hope you can see just how gently I really am touching the skin. course, no blood, no swelling, no plasma, none of that stuff. That thing's a little busy, isn't it? See, I'm getting some oops, little waste product there. I'm going to try to starve it just a little bit more. Doesn't sound bad. See what we get. Can we see that on the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, great. And you can see, and if you can, try to zero in real close on just the impact, just down here where the needles are. Alright, I'm going to run down this handle that way. Here, let me dip too, that way it's full. That way we'll know. We'll really get to put it to the test about not making a mess at all. Alright, can we see good?
Yeah.
Excellent. And you can see. And being able to just barely touch the skin like that, you can see like where I fine-tuned that line right there in. It allows you to become way more precise. You know, there's no mess. You can do precision. So she's full now. Here's a good one. Then we get to fill that little gap right in there. That's the little stuff that makes the difference. And if you can hear my other artist over there also run the ground zero machine. You can hear us in tune together. Ground zero is not so much about the machine, because I can apply the ground zero tuning method to virtually any machine. And make it run. I actually won competitions before using free machines. Little cheap Chinese free tattoo machines that I got for ordering enough products from a distributor. And you can see, I'll wipe that one so we can look at it. Let's see. Doing a little freehand walk around in here. Those other lines were a little messier than I would have liked. Now here's a good one. The viewer will get to see a good line on this one. Perfect example. I'm running that nice and slow so you can see just how gently you can touch the skin if you so choose. Now of course if you're trying to run gently like that, you're not going to run a mile a minute. You know what I mean? Take your time on that little tiny stuff, that way you pack enough pigment in that tiny little line. But now that doesn't mean that you can't get her done quickly, because you can. You want to apply just a little bit of pressure, and you can see as I'm doing it right here. And I'm sure he can feel it a little different. And you can hear it. Then, you know, you can go right to them quickly also. But I found that if you're running small lines, It's better to take your time. Who's in a hurry anyway? Now in the instructional DVD, the versatility of these machines and their tuning will be made apparent. I'll hip you guys to all of that stuff, because they are versatile. Any adjustments that you need to make at all, they will not have to be made to the machine. The ground zero tuning allows all of your adjustments to be made at the potentiometer or rheostat, whichever you prefer to call it, and with the starve of your needle. That's all you need. It's that simple. The patent pending tuning method takes all that other guesswork right out of it, takes all those variables out. I'm probably blocking the camera right there. We'll get on this side. Hear our machines running in tune? Hear them? Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I've heard it a couple times.
Yeah. It's cool when we got all four of us going.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah,
that will be bad.
Like a symphony. And I'm at the good folks at Totally Naked Tattoos let me come in and do this here at their store. And they've got 4 artists here. You can check out their stuff on Facebook or TotallyNakedTattoos.com. They all doing great work. And they're all using the ground zero tuning method. I'm also going to have people, these guys, to start with, give me some testimonials of how the ground zero tuning on their machines completely changed their work. And it did. The pictures of their work before and after is like crazy cool. Hit him with a little alcohol here. I know he's not going to like that part, but it gets rid of the purple for us. That way you can see better. And if we can get a close-up of that. Now, of course, you know what I mean. Got a little bit of user error in there. You can see right there. Let's point out with this right here. I'm going to have to go in and do a couple little touch-ups. And then over here, there's a couple little touch-ups. A couple little places. But, you know, we're not talking about me right now. Like I said, I ain't the baddest tattoo artist in the world. But you can see the quality of the lines, how this thing is running, and so gently I was touching the skin, and the lines are still good. So now I'll go in and do touch up and finish up, you know. And this is the beauty of it too. Because you don't want to blow out lines that you need to go back in and touch, this allows you to so gently go in and touch them. She's full right now. I wish I could starve it. I hope this doesn't bang that needle. See, because normally, you know, without that resistance from that needle hitting, you can starve it out there like that, see what I mean? And it won't drop any more pigment than what you need. And the beauty of it is when you take it away, there's no waste. It put it all in. And ground zero tuning puts it all in the skin. Like that. See how I can go in and carve in and find little detail in there? That's what we like. That's what we need.
You can pause the camera.